Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Talk About Sports. I've been teasing it a little bit, but we got a special guest here. First, that's my boy, Derek Downs. He did the last episode with me. We've talked about me talking about his mom and things like that. Below us, Cote, LeBatard Show, the one and only. He does the LeBatard Show. He's in the Shipping Container and does 27 other podcasts, something along those lines. I used to keep
29 actually.
29.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sure you're doing other things with like Mina and things like that too. So, but yeah, Chris Cody's our special guest tonight. So we just want to get into some stuff. But Chris himself, actually, so we know each other through people. I don't know, have we actually met, man? Like, I don't know if we've met in person. Oh, yes, we've seen each other at the carnival and things like that.
What an odd relationship we've had.
Yeah, man, but we're like,
we just see each other at carnivals.
Is that All Saints Carnival?
Yeah.
Bingo? In the bingo hall? Is that where I saw you?
Oh, yeah.
So what, they changed it to 2 times a year that we're going to have the carnival, and now with all this, there's just no times a year. So we might have gone to our last carnival in bingo.
I mean, I like bingo because it's a good. It's cheap, right? It's a good way to. It's better than just going around to like the creepy carnival rides. So it's if you're gonna go to the carnival, you got to play bingo.
You got to go on that zipper, man.
Nah, dude. I actually just experienced rides this past year for the first time in a long time because of my 2-year-old, and carnies are the same way. Like it's just as creepy. It's such a creepy experience. Like the whole carnival experience, actually. I was so into going, and then when we went, I was like, this is really creepy.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Tomorrow's Father's Day, and all of us are daddies, so we'll get into that in a second. But you know, what I was saying was, it's funny because like we have this weird connection that we don't really know each other, and Derek and I have known each other forever. We grew up playing baseball together, and went to school together, but you know, I played at Piper, and then you ended up a couple years later coaching at Piper, which I found out. And I don't really know how that all happened, but you're a couple years younger than me, and you were coaching baseball at Piper after I played there, which is kind of weird. So, but you know, you play softball down the street from us. I know we played in a couple leagues together. I feel like when I go out there, man, I'm like 100 years old, to be honest with you. I was in that co-ed league, and I was watching them girls, man. They're legit, and they made me feel like I needed to start working out and start hitting some balls again, you know?
Dude, I realized that I don't know if I'm like cut out for the softball life anymore because everyone takes it way too seriously, and I'm just like going out there. I used to be like in the upper echelon of like on my team, but like as the years have gone on, it's just like now I'm like a mid-tier guy. It's like, I don't know if I want to stick around for like being a bottom tier guy. Like, I think I want to get out while I'm like a mid tier softball guy.
That's how it always goes.
I don't want to be a pitch hitter or something like that.
Right. Like I've noticed, like I used to be like a 3 hitter playing like middle infield, and now I'm like a 7 hitter playing like right center field and right field. So I'm just like, you know what? Soon the tough conversations are going to be coming at me like, hey, you know what? Maybe we don't need you tonight. And I don't want to be like, I don't want to put them in that spot. I need to get out before that happens.
Or the old, this team's short a player, you want to go over there deal.
No, exactly.
Yo, like, so I've been telling you for years, man, because I kept checking in with you because you play down the street for me.
Right.
And you said, like, the one thing I'm sick of is, like, in my head, I'm still the guy, you know, I can still play. But it's what you're saying. I slowly started finding myself down the lineup and things like that. Yeah. I'm the guy that people call when like there's nobody else, and I'm like, whoa, like, you know, give me a routine here. I want to be part of the team, guys. And I jumped into a league this year, and then Rona hit, and like you said, I think God or whoever is talking to me, telling me it's just time to hang it up.
Hang up that glove.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, me and Derek, we played back in Sunrise Little League, and we ran that shit. I don't think it's like that anymore.
Yeah, not at all.
How much longer are we going to go before we talk about your tacos? I mean, your name is Talk About Sports.
So this is the thing,
right?
right?
I don't want to go rogue and grab the steering wheel here, but like this just needs to be addressed early on.
So we're gonna address it right here, right? So I'm very transparent in how I run this. I produce the show myself, and I have my little rundown here that I go by. I'm not I'm like a behind the scenes kind of guy because I don't do this. I didn't grow up in the industry.
Me too. I'm a behind the scenes kind of guy too. Have you heard me host the local hour? Yeah, I'm a behind the scenes kind of guy too.
It's a little different, but yeah, we're on the same page. I got you. But so that was my next question was, you obviously made fun of my tacos, which really all that it was. My wife made some chicken in the pressure cooker or whatever it was, and I threw it onto.
Listen. Let me just stop you.
Yeah,
we all have names right here. Like I see, my name is Chris. We have at Suti Podcast. Sorry, Suti Podcast. My bad. And then we have Talk About Sports. Your name is Taco. In your name is Taco. Okay, you can't if you're gonna be Talk About Sports, you can't be putting what I saw on your Instagram story out. Like you need to be putting out better tacos than anybody.
I should have taken a picture and added that to the broadcast. I obviously failed already just by not doing that. But look, man, I actually talked about this with my wife after the fact. And I said, look, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get a bunch of recipes from you and from all these people on Twitter that talk about their food, and I'm gonna start trying different things. And I'm gonna send that's my new thing. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna send me a recipe or something along those lines.
Right. I'm no taco savage, okay? I follow these my wife gets these recipes that get sent to us. What are these called? There's different companies that send you all the ingredients and you make them. So I made it fresh. Right. And so we've been doing whatever company is sending us the biggest discount, that's the company that we're using that week. And we've been doing that and we get tacos and it turns out to be pretty fancy tacos. So I'm not saying
cheating. Hold on,
exactly.
Man.
That's my point. Is I'm not saying, but my point is if you're Talk About Sports, don't you show me that shitty taco that you showed me. And I'm sorry to your wife. I'm sure that chicken. I don't want to be disrespectful, and I'm sure that taco tasted delicious. But you're Talk About Sports, so you need to be don't post the taco picture unless it's legit, unless you're coming strong.
It won't be legit. And the backstory behind the taco thing, Derek knows my friend Tommy. He was my best man at my wedding. He's half Mexican, but basically he's Mexican. And he's taco everything. Fantasy, every team he has is taco.
Always taco. Yeah, it's all over the place.
So you're actually not that into tacos, is what you're telling me.
I'm very into tacos. What are you tacoing about?
I don't.
But yeah, I figured out it made sense to use it, and he gave me the idea, so I feel like it's fair. But yes, I need help on my tacos, so that is my goal over the next couple.
Tommy can help you with the tacos, bro. That's the guy you need to go to. The guy you got the name from might be the guy that's got the secret sauce.
This is true. He has those bomb. I don't know. He uses this corn sauce. He calls it. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's tzatziki or I don't know, but it's corn sauce. So I roll with that.
Go for it.
My bad, bro. You know what? I feel bad. I feel like we've gotten off on a rough start here. Your tacos are fine.
Look, this is the best it could have possibly been, man. I mean, this is the first of many, So, look, I actually, we've all been working from home in our own ways. Derek, actually, he's a home inspector, so he's maybe not been working from home, but
not at all.
Oh, you're a home inspector, when you're selling houses and stuff.
Me.
Oh, dude, realtors hate you, huh?
Half of them, because the other half's
right. No, it was just a funny experience that I had because I knew an inspector. So when I was in the whole house, I had a friend that was being my inspector, and all the realtors, anytime I would talk about them, they'd be they always just had a pessimistic attitude when talking about inspectors, because that's because you guys are basically in it to not ruin it for them, but be honest with the people. So it's
right.
It was just such a funny dynamic, the realtor to inspector relationship.
It's not really great, honestly. Exactly. They don't say shit to me most of the time. I walk in, I put my head down, I do my thing, and then I walk out.
Right.
It's crazy.
It was just funny. It was just that's when you said that, I was just oh, that was one of the interesting dynamics to watch when I was buying a house.
What's the name of your company, Darren?
Glades Home Inspections.
There you go. So anyways, moving on. We were trying to sell our house maybe a year ago, and we took it off the market. But my experience, separate from when we bought the house, was the realtors brought the home inspector here, and everything was good, and he was talking to me everything was cool. They left the front door, and idiots, stood outside the front door talking, and I was listening, and she's telling him like, oh, find this and talking about like things that didn't exist. So that's my experience, is that it's not all of you, because obviously you guys are honest, some of you, but yeah, it sucks, man. Like you're saying, it's half and half because you have different interests,
Yeah, it's all about who's driving the boat, bro. Whatever realtor wants, whatever they want going on, they try to push you in that direction. So that's kind of the shitty part about it. But whatever.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, man, like, we all been working from home. Like, what has it been like for you? Because you're doing this show from home, and this is not some small thing. Like, I can do this and get away with it. What the hell, like, what's it like for you compared to being at work? And how are you going to go back into the shipping container?
It has been interesting. It's been, I have enjoyed aspects of it. I've gotten to spend a lot of time with my 2-year-old, and that part has been amazing. The show suffered early on, so that part was a little frustrating. Obviously, not making an hour commute each way has been, it's given me more time to do work on the show. I'm more productive because I'm not spending 2 hours a day driving. But and in the last week or so, it's gotten better, sonically, because like now Mike is back in the studio, so like our sound quality, it's like almost as if we're in the studio now, and it's running a lot more smoothly than it did early on. But it's been, I'm not saying like the show has taken a hit because of us all being not in the studio. But at the same time, I've gotten to spend a lot of time doing stuff around the house and doing like extra stuff outside of work that I don't normally get to do. So there's been pros and cons to it. If I'm
have more time for yourself, man. That's the cool part.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not trying to be selfish. Like, there have been pros and cons to it. There's been a lot of also, I'm home with my wife way more than I ever have been. And there have been pros and cons to that as well. Like, everyone would, like, sometimes too much time, like, you know what I mean? So like, it's just like, it's just been different. It's been so crazy. Like, and it's something that we'll probably never hopefully experience again. So it's just one of those times that it's like, we're all trying to get through it. And it's just something that we're all going to hopefully look back on and be like, remember that crazy ass time when we didn't do shit for 3 months.
Well, that's the thing. I mean,
you guys go back to the studio too, or it's just going to be Mike?
The plan is to just kind of just roll on the way we have the last week. Like, sonically, it's been working, and ESPN I think is going to be very cautious with that stuff, and our studio is very small,
right?
So
the less people, the better, obviously.
Yeah. So like, if we can function, I think I would not be surprised if we don't roll it this way for a few weeks at least. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows, right?
But that's the thing, is at this point, it's like, especially the idea that you're in a shipping container, which obviously is not a shipping container, but
it's pretty small.
Right.
Every single person that walks in there, like the biggest takeaway is like, wow, this is even smaller than it looks. Like,
well, you have football coming up, and the Grim Reaper, you have to touch the helmets. I mean, it's the little things, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy.
Don't bring up that helmet, bro. That bucket of death.
So the funny part is, it's given me a lot more time. Like, that for years, when I had more time on my hands, like I watch. I mean, I listen when I'm in the car, but I watch more than anything. Mm-hmm. So seeing the graphic of going from each house to each house, it's sad, man. Like, it kills me because I'm having an opportunity to watch, and it's just like, but I get it, man. Like, for me, they're telling me we got to come back to work like next 2 weeks or something like that. I'm like, we can do this from home. What is the point?
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to complain though when there's been a lot of people that have been working this entire time.
Right.
No, for sure.
And like you walk into Publix and like, right, my man's been working, but like every time you're in the grocery store, like the poor like guy stocking the aisles there, like what is he like? And he's just showing up to work every day with his mask on. Like,
that's it.
No, my boy Tommy, who is the taco influencer, he's his wife, or his whatever you want to call her. She's an ER nurse, basically.
Right.
It's confusing. I don't know. They have kids together, and I don't know. They're not married, but
no, it's okay. Like, you're sharing a lot of information.
It's a lot of great time. But yeah, she's an ER nurse, and it's crazy, like you said. So yeah, you got to.
Would you like to give the social out? Like, would you like to give her social? Yeah,
5'9". No, but it you know, we'll go away from this, but yeah, the kids thing is one of those things, man. Like I love my kids. I have a 5-year-old, and my little one's about to be 1 this week, and it's like, you know, the idea of not having, and look, it's just a little 1-year-old party, but just everything's so off, man. It's weird, but you know, it's good and bad, like you said. But we're gonna transition because tomorrow.
Wow, is that a graphic? Wow, look at you.
So we're all fathers here, right? So I have 2. Derek now has 3. You have 1, but they're all different ages. So like, yeah, I don't know. Tomorrow, it's funny. I was joking around with my wife. You know, she was telling me.
Wait, that's it? The graphic's gone? You just like, can we leave it up a little bit longer?
Yeah, we can leave it up there. Here.
Like, come on, like, what are you doing?
No,
Like, that's what I mean. Like, geez, that's about right for fathers, right? We get like 20 seconds. It's like, enough with you. All right, moving on.
That's
what it was. Like, my patience, my fuse has gone from like here to like, you know, my fuse is done. So.
Can I tell you how impressive just this whole production is right now? Like, I don't know how to do anything that you're doing right now. Does that make you? I don't know if that makes you feel better. I feel like incompetent. Like I'm just saying. Like I work in this industry and I have no clue how to do what you're doing right now.
I'll. You have my information. You just pass. I mean, I love you, Ethan. Never mind. Anyways, yeah. So happy Father's Day to you. Guys.
This is like 5. Like, is that what that little mic is in the top right here? That's Ethan Skolnick looking down.
We're doing this. You know, it's part of.
So every time you see that 5 Reasons mic, that's just like Ethan just sitting in a corner, just like, is everything fine here? Is everything good?
He might not be watching. He has his daughter.
Is he watching? I need to know if Ethan's Skolnick's watching this. I need to know.
All of us.
Comments. Is he watching?
Where are there comments? Can I be seeing comments?
Oh shit! Yeah, there are comments. See, there you go, Tommy. Oh, Tommy's actually talking. Tommy. So I'm telling everyone, I'm new to the running a show and producing it. So it's a shit show, but that's what this show is. So Tommy, I love taco.
Stop giving out my wife's social.
Yeah, no, he didn't. I don't think he said that. Friedman has whack tacos. I got, you know, like that's about it. Yeah, you know,
the chat is not as lit as we thought it might be.
Yeah, right now it's not. Lit.
What does lit mean? What does that?
Dude, dude, the kids are saying it.
Hey, last time we were.
I'm trying to get our clout up. That's why I'm talking about.
Whoa, it's another one.
It's all about the baby. Hey, look, so I set this thing up for on this day. By the way, we didn't do the drinking thing. So I'm drinking beer. I have a Dolphins cup, but really I got a couple things going on.
Whoa.
I got some of this. I got one of these.
Are you plugging something right now? Is this a plug? What's going on?
It looks like it.
Am I allowed to? Did I just ruin it? I'm sorry. It was just so like you're like I happen to also have this.
Hey man,
what are you doing?
I'm such a jerk. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
So what are you drinking, guys? Let's go there.
I'm drinking White Claw. I'm sorry. I feel like
no. So you took the heat off me. Let's go.
Being a basic bitch. I got it.
What you got, Derek? What you got going on?
I just dripped water on my laptop, so that's what I'm freaking out about right now. I'm
drinking a good old American Yingling.
We were gonna call this Blazed and Confused, but we went a different direction. So, yeah. So it's not Father's Day anymore. So what we're gonna do is I do on this day anyways, and it just so happened to be that it was about a heat stuff today. But so basically on this day, as I tweeted out before, what was going on was the heat over here, and see, this is where I got to learn how to adjust stuff. But they actually on this day they have twice won a NBA championship. It's kind of crazy that it fell on both days. But in 2006 they clinched, and in 2013 they clinched again. And LeBron.
I have to just be honest with you. All the praise I gave you for your production before is kind of awkward now.
It's gone.
Like the tweet was just like I saw his shoulder and your shoulder.
Wait, I'm gonna go back to it. Oh, you're saying because of this over here?
Yeah, like this is just like your production skills that I was complimenting 5 minutes ago. Like I'm just saying, like this is a segment we might want to work on. This part right there when we bring the tweet up.
Listen, you have all the production skills. We're just gonna talk after the show.
I would have no clue how to correct that mistake. I'm just saying, like if I gave you the love before, I'm also gonna give you the tough love now.
I want the tough love. I asked everyone for the tough love because that's the only way you learn.
I'm just kidding. Bring the tweet back up. Like, let's do this. I keep derailing you. I'm sorry.
All right. So, June 20th, 2006, the finals. The Heat finish off the Mavs, riding Dwayne Wade to the first NBA title in franchise history. June 20th, 2013, LeBron and the Heat repeated as NBA champs with a Game 7 win against the Spurs. And I'm not going to go the hashtag route. But the Heat have had a good day on June 20th. And, my kid's birthday's in like 5 days, so I was joking around. Like, my wife fucked up by not having the baby 5 days earlier.
Right.
That's on her.
I feel like social media has helped with the documenting of like on this date, right? We didn't used to get these updates when we were like 15 and 16, right? Like I feel like
I have no clue what day anything happened ever.
It's such a bonus now, and especially now with no sports, like it's all we have to lean on. We're just like, what happened today? Please tell me something cool happened today.
That's the funny thing is I've done this actually for a couple of days, and I thought I was going to record yesterday. So what I had lined up yesterday was like
the Ray Allen shot.
Well, yes, and then there was something literally from like the 1800s, and then so I go in that direction. Like I want to go fucking crazy.
Can we just talk about the Ray Allen shot though? What were you guys like? What do you guys like? Everyone obviously knows where they were for that shot, right?
I was at a hotel in Charlotte. I went to sleep like probably 32 minutes before that because the game wasn't going well. I was passing out.
You went to sleep?
No. I got up like 4 minutes before it happened.
Okay.
I don't know what got me up. So I'm in my underwear jumping up and down in a hotel room. It was pretty odd.
Oh,
I'll take the underwear part just because. But
yeah, hell yeah.
We had an apartment before we moved into here. My wife was 9 months pregnant when we moved, but we were at the apartment. I was hanging out with this guy that I know from high school, Artie, but like, the weirdest thing is like we never hang out. We've always been friends, but we never hang out. And that's the person I was with during the Ray Allen shot. It's like,
dude, I watched that replay because it was like on this date a couple days ago.
Goosebumps.
And dude, I think I tweeted out that I watched it 37 times. I watched it 37. Like I literally watched that thing over and over again for like 38 straight minutes, dude. Like it and then you see Norris Cole, he liked my tweet. I tweeted at him and he liked it. That was pretty cool.
Did you see the Mike Miller or it wasn't Mike Miller, but I saw Ray Allen and I want to say Bout.
Yeah.
Right. And they were talking about how Mike
Miller looking all upset and shit when it went in, like
he thought he stepped on the line. He was like, fuck, we're done, man. But yeah, no, goosebumps, man. Like every single time, and I know it sounds like cliche, but
that Bosch rebound, like I know it gets its praise, but like that's what my big takeaway after watching it 37 times. Like that's it. Like it's as big as the shot. It's the biggest rebound. It's the biggest rebound in NBA history, and I say that without any real encyclopedic knowledge about previous rebounds. But I'm just saying, show me one that's bigger than that. Because it flipped that series. Like that rebound flipped that series completely. And like, Chris Bosh.
Well, he said in the interview, he was saying, "Oh, Ray, did you hear me? You called my name or something." He said like that. He's like, Ray said, "I don't remember that shit." So like, who knows what happened? But yeah, in Hot Take Harry, I'll give you a shout out. He's in the picture in the background. Just like staring at it. And it's like one of those things you wish you were in that picture. But it's, man, getting the ropes off the court. Yeah, it's one of those things, goosebumps every time. But, look, we're going to get lost here. Moving on. So, we're going to, like I said, I'm going to go crazy here. So Derek actually brought this to my attention in 1782.
Right here.
You can read this one because I want you to explain. You have more information than I do based on you bringing it to me.
People are sitting around and they're like, "We need a symbol of spirit in the United States." The bald eagle's the guy, and that was today. They thought today was a good day to make the bald eagle the guy.
Oh wow!
Amazing.
So yeah, I didn't take that away, but bald eagle and Boston is. So the point is, like, you can be pretty baller when you have a bald spot. I mean, I think that's kind of what I was going for, was at the end of the day, like, I just decided to go out, but I'm like the bald eagle of 5 reasons or
Dude,
anything.
Can we talk about you going bald, dude? That is it's been a good move
You
for
can
you.
talk about anything. It just happens that way.
It's inspired me that I have said to my wife, should I shave my head? But my head's too big, dude. I have like a 7. Like, what size hat do you wear?
Okay, so I do have a small head. Like I wear a 7 and like a 1/8 or some shit. But
Right. Like I feel like that. Like I feel like big-headed people, and I wear a 7.5. Big
I'm
noggin right here.
5/8, man. I could never.
Like that's what I mean. Like I'm receding. I'm not gonna take my hat off, but like I'm receding. Like I'm
still good up here, I think.
Yeah, you're good.
The picture of you wearing the thing where you were getting tomatoes thrown at you, like
that's exactly. It's very revealing. Exactly. Thank you for bringing up that picture. I appreciate you bringing that up.
It was a glorious shot.
It's like the most vulnerable. It's like literally like the worst moment of my entire life that you just like said, "Hey, by the way, this happened."
In case anybody forgot.
I happened to be watching that day. Okay,
right. So and that's my point. Is like in very vulnerable situations, my hairline is not great, and I've been like toying with like, do I need to change up my hairstyle? Do I need to just like buzz cut it around? So I'm like having these conversations, and I see you, and I'm like, he works. Like I got the beard too, so like I can like I'm looking at you right now, and I'm like, I feel like maybe I could do that just with a slightly bigger head.
Let me tell you, man. Like
I don't know. I'm too scared, dude. Like that's
I was terrified. The crime movie. Go for it. Like it's perfect.
I've been telling my wife for years, like, because what happens is it's not like an everyday thing, but like I'll go to the barber and I get a fresh cut and I'm all like feeling good, and then he shows me the mirror, and I told him years ago, been going to this guy for like 5 years and I love him. Stop showing me the mirror, man. I don't want to see. It makes me feel bad. So he shows me the mirror and I'm like, damn. I'm like, I have no hair on top. So, I had to explain to my wife at some point, like, yo, I feel like I'm holding on to something. And my dad, don't get me wrong, he's 65 years old, so it works for him. But I don't want to be that. And finally, I told her again, I'm going to shave it. And this time, she, instead of telling me she would divorce me, she said, yeah, go for it. And then I was shitting my pants.
So I wonder what made her switch.
She still is kind of like, she likes it, but she's getting used to it. But I think it goes back to what you said. Like, I just, at the end of the day, I felt like I was going to look weird. And now I'm like all in, man. I'm doing this shit like every other day. And like the shorter, the better, man.
It looks good, man. I got to give it to you.
Yeah, look, it's my wife is working, so I'll leave it at that. But, So anyways, yeah, so we're going to go back to like our on-topic stuff here. So we talked about the bald eagle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the bald eagle. So in 1920, I bring this up because, you're a baseball guy, When the hell have you ever seen a game protested and it actually turned into a replay of the game?
What was the reason? Like, do we know the reason?
Okay, so there's 5 reasons probably, but
ooh,
see that, Ethan? I'm pointing up to you in the right corner. I see him watching.
No, look, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't get that far into it.
Wow.
So
I'm sorry for poking a hole in your production.
Hey man, look, you're gonna see a lot of things. I'm gonna put pictures up, but you'll see like I got them off this. You were talking about like social media, but really it's Google and it's finding these random on this day sites. It's like you'll see some funny shit, and that's kind of why I'm throwing it up there. But
you're right though. Anytime I remember losing some rec games growing up, and a few times I was like, "Can we protest this? Let's protest this," and nothing ever came of it.
Yeah. So Derek does a podcast. The whole Sudi thing is they do a sports under the influence, and it's with this guy Mark and Josh. But Mark, his dad was my coach for the longest time, and he would protest everything, man. We used to laugh so hard. Like, we're 10 years old, and he's protesting the game, and we're just like, what the hell are you doing, But, yeah, in 1920, apparently.
I paid a kid once to ride a scooter to pick up one of my home run balls, so he's pretty solid in my book.
So the next thing, so this is a little off the charts here, but we're 1949. Gussie Moran, because we all know her. I mean, she was super hot.
I don't know her.
She called her legs.
she was selling some leg at Wimbledon, and basically what was going on here is you see how long that dress is. I mean, Jesus, like that was like risque back then.
Oh yeah, I like it. The original pin-up girl right there, right?
Yeah. So apparently, like that caused a big stir. Here, you want it again? That caused a big stir that she put on a little dress that came down.
I'm just honestly looking at the people behind her.
Here, we'll throw it up again. The people behind her, they look super white.
Super white. Like, this is not like, is this a pleasant experience for them? Like, I don't know. This is a weird situation to me.
It looks like they're having fun to me. I'm gonna go with yeah, but it's a thing. It's on the website. It must be a thing, you know.
Yeah.
So here's where we get kind of crazy, and this isn't necessarily like a sporting event, but
we're getting crazier than 1949.
We're getting crazy.
Wild, right? Yeah.
Yo, so here's it's more the picture. When I put up the picture, you'll see why that I thought this was more crazy than anything, right? So murder of interest, right? So on this day, basically what happened was in 1994, O.J. Simpson pleaded not guilty. For those of you that are old enough, cool. If not, get the fuck out of here. No, keep watching. Basically, what happened was I found this. So they called it a murder of interest. What the hell? Like, I thought that was super weird. Am I wrong?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Is it because
it was an interesting murder? I don't know.
Like, other murders are very blasé, but this one was pretty interesting.
Well, so if I go back here, I think if I take this off of here, so it says NFL running back, convicted criminal. Like, this is a weird fucking site.
Yeah.
What site is this?
It's literally, I think if you just look at it on this day, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just on this day or something along those lines. But it was pretty terrible. Oh, there's another comment. It's Tommy. I don't want to put his thing up. He's saying less is more. I don't know what he was talking about. So O.J. Simpson, and then another thing along those lines. It's Tired gets some help after his DUI arrest, which, you know, honestly, I'm not a golf guy, so maybe you remember the timeline. I just remember him getting the shit beat out of his car by his wife, but I don't know what happened.
I don't remember specifically him getting the DUI, but
it's showing this. It's showing he checks into a clinic to manage his pain medication, sleep disorder following his arrest, the DUI.
That was crazy.
This was like the bottom.
That's my take on that.
It was crazy. Moving on. It was crazy. No, I'm with that. Look, I'm not a golf guy. It was crazy. I got you. So basically what's going on here, you know, we're going back full circle. The Heat, 2019, they drafted Tyler Hero. I'm not going to lie. I had no idea who the guy was, and I'm not going to say I was mad, but a lot of people were mad, and it doesn't seem like that anymore.
It's crazy how Pat Riley has kind of reemerged as this guy that has been, like, hitting on draft picks. Because, like, for the longest time, it was like he can only win with stars. Not to, like, take this into a totally, like, sports debate. It's just crazy because, like, he's been on fire with draft picks.
Yeah, he's got like 3 or 4 good years in a row. I feel like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you could, like,
and before that, it was all veterans. Like, that was the only way he could win.
Like, and in the back, like, even like Michael Beasley, like, that didn't work out. But I don't think anyone really blames him for that because everybody,
you had to take him.
It's not like that was like a bold pick. Like, that's what
no, and it didn't work out in theory, but they ended up flipping him when they got LeBron.
Like, back in that Beasley era, he was like, I mean, he drafted Chalmers, and like, I think that was like his only hit in that like era of like. But then like lately with Bam and Hero and then they picked up Nunn. I know that's not a draft pick, but
even Justice, he kind of fell in their lap, but they flipped him, and look what they got from him.
Right. I saw in the little DM today going on, and obviously it's just them talking about what they think should happen, but like they're talking about because of everything, you know, the season-wise changing, that they might flip Iggy back to Golden State and get some draft compensation for it. I mean, at this point, it makes sense. If Golden State, they have Clay back, they have Steph back, Draymond back. I mean, why not? And Wiggins. So we'll see what happens there.
I just want to know what hotel they're all staying at. I want to know if they're taking, are they taking buses, like the Disney buses to the, like, I need to know the whole routine.
You know what I was listening to? I was listening to Hockman and Crowder, and Hockman brought up a good point. He's like, they should just give them the best hotel in Orlando based on their seating, and then from there go down lower and lower and lower. So someone's staying days in,
like a 5-star and a 4-star and a 3-star.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree with me that some of the best content in all of South Florida is Mark Hockman's Instagram story?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Like, just like him talking about what his wife's making, like his daily, like, I'm not like being even sarcastic when I say that. I enjoy Mark Hockman's Instagram story so much. And I've talked about this before, so this is not breaking news, but I just wanted to say that because you just reminded me of it. Like his wife, I think today she was making guacamole, and he showed us. He's like, homemade guacamole, and it's
showing
just like, it's one of my favorite things in all of South Florida.
More of this. Please keep talking.
It's like, name something better than that in all of South Florida. It's like just media, the whole the general landscape of South Florida media.
My wife, so I'm not gonna lie, like Instagram is pretty new to me, and more so because of this stuff. I'm trying to like promote stuff, but I had no idea until today. I was today years old when I found out like how to use hashtags on.
You should have put that on the graphic, bro. What are you doing? That should have been.
No, I swear to God, she schooled me in like.
You just learned what hashtags are?
No, so I know what hashtags are, but like the idea that like you just throw like 30 hashtags onto a tweet, and if people are following a hashtag, like I didn't know any of that shit. All of a sudden, I got mad shit today, like mad likes, whatever. I had no idea.
Well,
you thought that was just like cool information for your friends to look at, like quotes and shit. Like, oh, cool, guacamole, cool.
Guacamole. So I don't know Hockman on Instagram, but now I'm gonna have to go follow him on Instagram.
You don't follow Mark Hockman on Instagram?
I don't follow like anybody.
Hell is wrong with you?
Where do I start? Okay, so I'm colorblind. I have
colorblind.
Anxiety.
You're colorblind?
Yeah. I mean, I see colors, like not black and white, but yeah.
What color is my shirt?
Probably a red.
All right, it is red.
Okay, but
so you're not colorblind.
Yeah. Look, tell me if he's watching.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Okay, so colorblind. You have to look it up. I can't explain.
So you're saying you've accustomed yourself that you know what we see as red. So you knew that it's red. You knew that I see red. So you wanted. What do you see?
I'm psychic. I knew you were thinking red.
What do you see?
What's the real color that you see?
Purple. No. Yeah. I don't know what purple is. What are you talking about?
That's true.
I get blues and purples.
I can't have this conversation with you. This is deep. This is too deep.
Tommy, I'm telling you, of all people, he's literally, because Tommy's like a graphic designer or whatever the fuck he does, but he's literally like gone over all the colors.
Who's this Tommy? Who's this Tommy?
So he's this Mexican guy who
is it the guy that wears the jersey with the collared shirts?
No, that's fucking Lazar, and that's a whole other story. No. So
I just met that guy. That guy's nice. I didn't know if that was the guy.
His hat's red, but that's about it. So no, I'm gonna move on because I don't want to talk about that. Okay. I don't want to talk about that. Mm-hmm. So we got over there. So I ended up with birthdays, right? So I went with a couple different things, right? So Dickie Thon, I went with more so because his name is Dickie, which is probably a nickname, but his name is Dickie. Darren Sproles is 37, Darko, but I got some pictures.
At what point were you like, I need to have Darren Sproles' birthday on here? There was no part of you that's like, you know what? We can maybe cut that one. We could probably cut Darren Sproles.
So here's the reason why, right? So here's first of all, here's Dickie. Let me get rid of this fucking thing. Mm-hmm. So here's Dickie Thon, and I thought this was like a perfect picture.
Listen, of course, he's a shortstop, and his name is
Dickie Thon should be on this list. That's a great
mustache.
He looks like a Dickie, honestly.
He looks like a Dickie. He looks like he should be making a pizza or something along those lines.
Right.
Spinning a pizza. So then we're there, and then the reason I brought up Sproles is more so like the idea of how funny it is that he's like a tiny little guy that has made a career out of being tiny and good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you off the hook here. You should have cut Darren Sproles. Like he
All
should
right,
have.
so I'm gonna cut Darren Sproles here. So look, that's the beauty of it. Darren Sproles never happened. So the next thing, look, the Darko Miličić thing. Obviously, we all know in that 2003 draft, like the Cavs took LeBron and Detroit took Darko number 2, which was crazy.
So thank you for everyone involved in that process.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Look, I named my kid Wade. If that didn't happen, I don't think my kid's name is Wade, you know?
Your kid's name is going to be Darko if that happens?
No, I don't think I would have done that. Well, he would have sucked, so no.
Way to use Dwayne Wade's narcissism against him to get a couple retweets, by the way.
I love it.
That's what I'm here for, baby. No, so the funny thing about Darko was this. Like, I'm looking up. Obviously, he's been boxing. He was out of shape. He's out of the league, clearly. But I found this picture, and not just this, but most of the pictures of the rookies that were drafted that year, he's not even in the picture.
Look at Haslam in that picture. That's right.
But where's Darko?
That's true.
You definitely can't replace Luke Ridenour with Darko, so that's he's solid there.
So that was a bad pick.
Can we see that pick again? Can we see that? Can we bring that back up?
Yeah, I can do anything, bro. I'm doing it myself.
Kirk Heinrich, do you think, like, I don't know, like, did he want to be sitting? Do you think he was like, I could stand next to
Heinrich? Well, he's short, so I'm guessing he didn't want everyone to see how.
Like, 6'11" and he's sitting down.
It's kind of crazy that we got.
If I was being very inappropriate, like, you could make a lot of jokes about what Udonis Haslam's doing to like Kirk Heinrich right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just he had to be wanting to stand up next to him. I can't.
Or Kyle Korver.
Kyle Korver sagging his pants in that picture.
That's another thing. There's some awkward gaps in this picture. Like, what's really going on here?
I think we can get into some of that. But anyway, so no, and then like that's it. That's all I got for that. It was Darko's birthday, so he was like 32 or 35 or some shit like that.
Nice.
But I was bringing this up before. You were talking about the NBA, and it was like I heard about, and you'll know more about this probably than I will. But what's this whole thing with LeBron?
I probably won't.
This Pope Mobile thing. Well, I mean, I feel like it should.
Oh, the Pope Mobile?
Yeah, what's LeBron's Pope Mobile with him driving by people? I was laughing at the idea.
I actually think that the better idea is. Have you guys ever seen Bubble Boy?
Yeah, from Seinfeld.
Of course, the movie Bubble Boy.
It's a similar thing. I was referring to the movie though.
Okay.
And I think that's. I mean, are we really at a point where that's that crazy of a thought to like put LeBron in a bubble that he walks around in when he's not playing? Like, I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there.
I like it.
And he has his extremities. You can like reach outside of the bubble with flexible arms. So he can eat a sandwich. Not really, because he's in a bubble. But you get my point.
They probably put him in there. I mean, he's got sandwiches with him, I would assume. It's kind of hard to, the whole logistics of it doesn't really make sense if you ask me. I think I could poke a hole in that bubble real fast.
I just, well, I mean, you obviously haven't seen Bubble Boy because it's not something you could just like poke with a pencil. It's like something you knock on. It's like
I've seen it, and he has doesn't he have like little things for his arms?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you have flexible arms, but you are in a bubble that's like hard. I don't know the exact material of it, but it's a thing. And I think that movie was ahead of its time. Let that be like, I just want that on the record.
Yeah, that should be brought out right now, I think, and re-shown to people so they can understand the direction that we're going to go in, I think. Yeah.
Zagaki.
Get Scorsese on that.
Yep.
Now, we need a remake of Bubble Boy.
It's been funny though because I've been watching a lot of shows, and obviously there's not been much new, but like I'm watching a lot of shows that are recent, and it's stuff that is like they're protecting themselves, quarantining, and they don't realize this before all this happened. It's just crazy, like how these episodes got made like that. But so going back here,
draw like a little like. I'm having a good time. How long are we going with this?
However, man, when you tell us, when you say, "Hey, man, I gotta go. I got like more important shit to do,"
No, I don't. I mean, obviously, it's like 11:30 at night. It's either
Yeah, I can give you the link, and basically what we end up doing is we just send it out to people who we want to jump in. So if you got anybody interesting,
wait, so this is what? Oh, I just heard a pop a top, like someone's.
Look, I can put 6 people up here at a time. Oh, sorry, I'm pouring this Golden Road mango cart.
Delicious.
Yeah, no, look, I'm a fruity. People, I don't care. I like fruity drinks. I like fruity beer, man. Hell yeah.
You know what I was doing before this is I was betting horses on Zoom with a couple friends. So like I'm not doing anything important with my time.
So basically, you're just hanging out. Look, like I said, you have anybody important? There's a link down there. I don't know if you can send the invite.
They have to be important. No, I don't have anyone important. I have some people, but they're not important. That's right, Joey. I'm talking about you.
There you go. But look, hey man, like me and Derek are just regular. Look, we're
dude. I mean, like no one. Like first of all, I was being sarcastic. I just wanted to call Joey not important. That was really like the only.
You talking about Costanzo or which?
Yeah, Joey.
Yo, get this man on here. Because I played baseball with Joey. I think he was like 2 years younger than me, I want to say, but we were on the Pipers team together at some point.
He's probably got some pick 4 that he's like too distracted by right now.
We were both left-handed pitchers. I love that kid, man. Now my wife's doing the nail stuff with his sister and her sister-in-law. Whatever, you see all that stuff on Facebook. I know.
Oh, the nail stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'll promote that one day. But no. So look, the other thing was this. So I saw this. They have these series helmet for the COVID-19, right? So basically, what it is. Let me take this banner away so you can see it. But basically, what it is, and I don't know if you guys saw this. It looks like it's a paintball mask or something along those lines.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so my thing is this, right? It obviously makes sense. Like we understand the idea behind it, and I'm cool with that. But like, Antonio Brown literally, and that's a whole other story, but he wouldn't play football, or he was threatening not to play football because he couldn't wear his helmet that he wore for 10 years. He's gonna wear that? Anybody, like what are they? How is this gonna work? And not to get too deep, but like sports.
Do you think that they would like if something like that came into play? I feel like they would just be like, we are putting this much money into everyone's bank account. Like everyone is getting just like this much more money just for that inconvenience. This is the only way we can play football. Like, look, like I get it. That would suck if I'm a football player, but it's like either you want to play like football, dude. Don't even get me started on football with all this COVID shit. Like, how are they supposed to like play football and not like
sweat on each other?
Like, that's what I mean. So it's like football is the one sport where it's like, dude, you guys need to just do whatever they say you have to do to play. Like, I don't care if they say you have to play fully nude, wearing like Bubble Boy costumes. Like
I might actually watch more if that was the case. You ever seen those guys in the lockdown? Anyway,
right.
So
I'm just saying, like, football is the one sport where it's like you just need if they're letting you play, you need to do whatever they say. I don't care what the helmet looks like.
So I think it's very different though with football compared to like basketball. And again, not to get too crazy into this, but like, basketball, the way that the contracts work and everything, like they have more power. Whereas football, I guess I don't know the ins and outs of it, but like they kind of need to play, man. Their contracts are shit. And like the chance of them getting hurt. You saw freaking Lamar Jackson playing on the beach, getting tackled by a wave runner. Like, what the hell was that? So, yeah, I mean, look, in general, I think we're all on the same page. Like, what the hell is going to happen, man? People, the numbers are going up. And, like, is it going to be a tease, do you think, in terms of sports coming back?
I don't know, man. How many people are watching this, by the way? How does this work? Like, do you see like a live stream?
100 billion. No, I don't know. You'll see afterwards. It'll pop up. The main thing.
I didn't mean to like derail this segment and just like ask about like how many people. I had a thought. I'm sorry. I don't know the answer to your question. I'm sorry.
I need an answer. Listen, can you call your people and have them call my people for an answer?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
They're playing soccer already with no problems. So,
well, other than like a bunch of teams having positive tests,
right? That's gonna happen.
Besides that, there's no problem.
No matter what, whatever sport that you decide on, it's not gonna not happen, no matter what.
Well, I think I think I saw Inter Miami had a guy or had a couple players, but there's been the Phillies, the Lightning. I mean, all this stuff in Florida that's going on, and everything's shutting down. Baseball's like they're doing a deep cleaning. Like, what the fuck is that gonna do, man? I mean, I don't know. Look, I do a show and I work for a network. We do sports. What are we gonna do?
Yeah, we made it this far, right?
No, I've gotten, as far as watching sports, like I've gotten to the point where I'm okay with, watching older stuff, as we were talking about before, going back to the 1700s. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm trying to be more realistic about it and not treat these guys like zoo animals in the sense of like, the political stuff aside, like I get it. I wouldn't want to be there either, man.
It's crazy how much we think like we need sports. Like this past weekend, golf was back for the first time, and I was like, oh my God, golf's back. I'm going to bet every single day. I'm going to watch every single second of it. And I didn't really. I watched like a little bit on Sunday and a little Saturday when I could. Like I didn't go out of my way to like consume it as much as I was like anticipating. So it's just like, do we really need sports as much as we think we need sports? The answer is yes. Like I'm not sitting here saying that we don't actually need sports. I'm just saying like, I feel like in our heads, it's like worse than it actually like, I feel like have you guys been like that crazy this last like 3 months? Like, has it been that terrible? Oh, it has. All right, maybe not.
For me, I've realized that I don't need it as much as I thought.
Exactly.
It takes up a lot of time. I haven't found that I'm more entertained by anything else than I am by sports, but I can do without it for sure.
I mean, believe me, I'm not gonna lie. I watched like, pardon my takes, Big Cat play like Tennessee versus Miami for like the whole thing on like Twitch. And I was like into it. So like I'm speaking out of both sides of my mouth here, but I just feel like I just feel like I'm kind of okay. Like I'm going to be good when it comes back, but maybe it's because I have a 2-year-old and she's just like consuming my entire life.
And that's the thing. Like, I think a lot of us are probably in the same boat where like, I talk to a lot of the people in 5 Reasons, and it's like the people without kids, like they're all craving. And for me, they don't think I'm being serious, but like, I spend so much more time with my wife and my kids, and it's, look, don't get me wrong, I will watch sports, but I haven't had that craving. Like it's not been like that. Yeah. It's just more, like I said, I'm looking at it more from the perspective of we're all human, man, and if we're going through it, and what I was getting at more was this, my anxiety and my shit has been so bad that like the idea that I should expect these guys to go back so I can be entertained for a couple of hours, right. That shit. So
exactly,
like you watch golf. Same way with me. Tomorrow is one of my favorite days of the year. It's U.S. Open Sunday, Father's Day. I'd watch it with my dad every single year religiously, and it's not happening tomorrow. But I find myself like, I'm okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like
it's crazy.
That's what it's been. It's gotten to the point where obviously I want sports because it's I'm going to be doing something. I don't want to bring it up, I guess, but I'm going to be doing some like mental health type stuff coming up with someone that everyone knows. And the idea is like sports to me, and I've been working on like a sports therapy podcast, like talk about sports therapy couch type of thing, where it's like, how has sports affected you over the years, where when you're down and you got shit going on, like, sports is that thing that brings you out of that for a couple of hours. That's what I've missed when I'm struggling and I'm, having my anxiety and whatever, like that's what I miss. But the idea of forcing them to go back out there, like they're human, man. Millions of dollars are not, they're human,
I don't know. I feel like, are you kind of, because you were just saying like a minute ago, you're like, sports aren't that important. But then you're like, sports has had this huge psychological impact on me.
I think like I'm trying to be realistic about it in the sense of I get that it's not that important, but I think to a lot of us, it's our coping mechanism to some degree.
Yeah. Sports just creates moments, right? Like that's the best thing sports does.
Ray Allen shot. How many times have we watched Ray Allen shot just to get the goose?
Right. And those are big. Like that. Like when I say that, like that's no small thing. Like moments that's pretty big as far as like shit that we remember. And so yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Sports Sports, am I right?
Sports is sport. Yeah, so the next thing that I kind of was, me and Derek did an episode of, we were talking about DraftKings and fantasy basketball because we do a lot of that. But, obviously if sports come back, like we'll get back into all that and who knows what will happen. But this is kind of sidetracked, right? So I'm wondering, because Derek and I are in a bunch of leagues together every year. Like, what has happened for you guys personally in a fantasy league that has caused fights? Or, like, me personally, I'm not going to get into specifics with names, but, I've actually, like, lost friends over fantasy football, which is ridiculous, but it's happened. So has that, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened with you guys in terms of this?
Me? I've had friends that, like, I have a friend, and like it hasn't like broken the friendship. Like, he's still friends with all of us, but like I have a friend that is just famous for never paying for fantasy.
Oh, that's a Jenner.
He's just that friend. Like, I guess maybe every league has that friend, but
yeah. And you're just kind of okay with it. You just expect it, but it's like,
and we just talk, like, he gets crushed in the group text, and he just kind of eats it. But like at the same time, he never really comes correct. So.
Real quick, this guy's he's curious if we have any info on Solomon Hill. Do we think he's just a throw-in? This is okay. So Solomon Hill, let's break Solomon Hill down real quick, right?
Must we?
Anyway,
let's break it down.
No, I didn't mean to be a dick, but like that's not us. Yeah, we're not talking Solomon Hill. I think he actually just showed up. He was the last guy to show up at camp or whatever. So Solomon Hill. But yeah, Derek, what's that? I mean, me and you have known each other, like, we were joking around since we were 8 or 10 or whatever bullshit. But you and I, like, and Mark involved too, we'll get into it over fantasy shit. And it is what it is.
Months without talking just to this guy right here, just for the same dumb shit that you're. I mean, it could be the whatever. It's fantasy sports, right? But there is a guy that I've played with several times that doesn't set his lineup on purpose when he's out of the playoffs. That really starts messing up like the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season, and I can't do it anymore. He's gone. Like, no way, no more. Like, that's just like, we all play for money, right? At the end of the day, you're not just playing to play fantasy football. I mean, no one cares that much. So you're playing for money and a trophy, and he's messing with that. That's got to go.
I hate people that like start getting shady late in seasons in fantasy. That is the kind of thing that like that's the kind of thing that will get like a serious text from me on the side. Like, not even a group text. Like, I'll text you on the side. Like,
Darren, how many times have I texted you on the side? Like last season, you don't even know, man. Like shady trades.
Yeah,
I don't want to be that guy, but I am that guy.
Yeah, like when something, you see it in the group text, and then when something bad happens, you know you're getting that side text that's like, because I'm usually the commissioner, so I end up getting like.
Wait, so what's the dynamic here? Who's the one doing the shady shit?
No, neither of us.
Neither one of us.
It's me texting him about other people doing shady.
Okay, yeah, that's for sure. Okay.
The league that works, he's the commissioner, so I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, like, what is that about? And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? But then, you know, you really start looking at it and you're like, dude, you're messing with people's money and stuff. That's not cool. And you gotta send that serious side text. Like, stop being a piece of shit.
Exactly. It's like, yo, you're really being shady with this? Like, if you're being shady with fantasy sports, I mean, unless you're doing like serious money like Stugatz does, but like most people just do like what, like $100 league. Like, you're doing shady shit with this, like you're doing shady shit with everything.
Yeah.
If you're shady in fantasy sports, like, why are you being shady? Like, it's just for fun. Like
you're stealing the silverware at a restaurant. Like,
exactly.
But it goes back to like we have in Tommy's league we have the taco belt, and that kind of explains like he's the taco guy. It's called we have a belt, and it's called the taco belt, and you know it's this weird league that are people from his job, and like half of them we don't know. It's this whole thing, but we've been doing it for 5 years, and at the end of the season, it's almost like people are colluding and shit like that. And it's like, it's like, come on, is it that serious? And it just turns into shit every single year. So that person gets kicked out of the league, and we need to find someone else. And
That's another topic that's not been talked about. Like, what are we gonna do without fantasy football? If they don't play football. Like,
what
man,
are you gonna do about fantasy sports? DraftKings has become like a,
I'm backing golf on DraftKings. I mean, I played this week, so shout out to Abraham Answer.
Yeah, I can't. Man. It's just one of those things.
You should bet horses. That's what you should do.
I'm gonna have to start learning from people about other stuff. Yeah, I was I saw the Belmont Stakes today, and I was like in my head because I
actually hit the Belmont Stakes trifecta.
Yeah.
What was the horse's name? Something Law, something like that.
It's the Law or something. I think it was.
Yeah.
It's the Law. Or,
I think it was the favorite.
The horse came from it was way behind, not way behind, but it was behind that shit, right at the last second. So it was kind of cool, but I was kind of, I think stupid things because I drink and I do other things, and so I'm like, why aren't the horses wearing a mask? And I'm thinking what the horses with a mask would look like, and it just seemed like it's one of those funny visuals. But now that I'm saying it out loud and seeing your reactions, it's not that funny.
They probably look like just horses with masks on.
That's what I'm going with.
But have you ever seen a horse? I guess they do wear those things.
Do you just want to make? Do you want to make a why the long face joke? Is that what this is set up for? Would you like to do it?
Let's talk about a long face.
Yo, I could set it up 17 different ways. Look, we're about an hour. I don't want to take too much time. We got. Let's see. What's this one?
Yeah, I would say let's.
Chris is that guy. You're that guy.
Joey,
I don't know.
That's my friend Joey. That's my friend.
Oh, there you go. Oh, it's Joey. I know.
Yeah.
What you're doing, Joey? What's up, man? We'll get you on one day.
Don't say that. No, don't ever get him on.
If ever wants to come back on, the invitation is open to Joey.
So I can come. I'll only come back on if Joey isn't here.
If Joey isn't here, all right.
Yeah.
So that's the deal. I can't. It is what it is. I'm sorry.
I just want Joey to know how it really is.
That's it.
He always was a good guy to me, and I know you're joking around. So sorry.
Right.
The last thing, and this is super random, right? But I'm not technology-wise, right? So I used to work at Radio Shack, and I was all up to date on all the shit. And then I feel I became that old guy who I know technology for the most part, but I was explaining Twitter or Instagram how I didn't know how hashtag works. And it's someone bought us an Alexa 3 years ago. I think I put up there for Christmas, and we just never opened it. Alexa's talking to me. This is my fucking thing.
That's
bitch, as soon as I said her name, she started talking to me. So that's why I never set it up. But we did it when quarantine started. Alexa, shut up.
That's great.
Yeah,
Don't talk to her like that. She's a respectable person.
That's why we go live, man.
That was aggressive. That was a little aggressive towards Alexa.
So my wife is the person who she'll say something, and if we don't know, she doesn't know how to say the right command. She starts saying it louder and loud. It's gonna change how Alexa reacts.
Maybe it will.
I don't think so. My daughter has started to do it too, and I'm a little shaken. I got to admit. But what I was gonna bring up was this. So it's weird. I use Alexa mostly for music. So I'll say play music or play whatever, and it plays the playlist. Do you guys have Alexa? And is it something that happens to you where it's the playlist has certain songs that make no sense that they're on the same playlist?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'll have my ambient music on in between Usher and Lil Jon. What? I don't understand.
I don't have Alexa.
I had.
Sorry.
No, I'm with you, man. I'm more on your side.
I had country music on, and then Tupac came on. This was a couple weeks ago, and I was just that can't be. Not that I minded at all. It was just
The kids.
What's the direction here? Where are we going after that? So I kept listening.
I do actually. Because I have on my Apple Music, I have so many songs, country, rap. I have a wide array, and I actually like the shuffle mode of where you could have one song 1 minute, and I like that when I'm doing yard work or cleaning around the house. I like it could be I have such a crazy, it could be Celine Dion, Titanic, and then the next song Lil Jon. I just love the randomness of the crazy
Oh, I will sing some Celine Dion like no other, man. That was like my 5th grade. We had 2 songs in 5th grade. It was Celine Dion and it was Mariah Carey, Hero. Man, I will go all out, but I need a couple more drinks. But yeah, it goes from weird shit. But yeah, look, that's what we do here. We're just talking about like random ass shit. Cody, look, I hope you had fun, man.
I did.
You
guys are cool.
Look, we'll be drinking a little while longer, but I think we've done enough damage here. But the invitation is always open, obviously, and I won't invite Costanza because I know you don't want him.
Yeah, don't do that.
So yeah,
His face I've never seen like that. You better not.
I'm gonna trick you one day. He's
the worst. He's the worst. He knows he's the worst too, though. That's why I can say it.
Hey, I'll say Tommy's the worst. I don't know who Derek's got, but
I got
the worst.
Long, buddy.
Everyone has their worst, and my worst is Joey. He's the worst.
All right, fair enough. So we'll compare our worst next time that we all get together. We've been doing this for about an hour and 5 minutes. I think we're good. But again, man, thanks for coming on. You know, I've been talking to you for a while about doing this, and we'll get together again. Derek, Chris, hopefully y'all paid attention and didn't get too bored with us. And we'll talk about some sports next time. All right.
Thanks, dude.
All right, guys. All right.